It's gone midnight, and I'm watching Most Haunted. Everybody else is in bed. It's dark and it's quiet, but the waves never stop. I'm in the kitchen in my socks watching Most Haunted on my phone, and the waves are a low drone. I can't sleep with or without. I sleep better in ships. Council estate scum from a street of broken and boarded up windows that makes every list of antisocial behaviour hotspots, but she knows she sleeps better on yachts. Half the kids from our school had never even seen the sea, but we had our summers as stowaways. On Dad's jobs, moving yachts, from Scotland to Cornwall and back again. It's cheaper to pay someone who knows knots and charts to do it by sea than the costs of transporting them by road. We climbed aboard, swallowed seasickness pills, buckled ourselves into life jackets with bright orange webbing that bit into our flesh, learned to make tea and cheat at card games during storms. We learned to trust the lack of silence, the lack of sirens, the ocean's non-stop soundtrack, the opposite to what we had at home. I sleep better when rocked by dark water. Even the harbours had their own soft sway, but better still, when we anchored off coast, when we got washed into sleep by the kiss of black water against the hull, no distance at all between our sleeping-bagged bodies and depths that would swallow us if it weren't for the barely there wood and fiberglass between. I slept between my siblings. Oldest and tallest, at least at the time, they fit better in the shorter eaves of our shared bunk. While we slept, our breath collected on the skylights, condensing into our own damp rain by dawn. But at night, we had our cabin den, each with our own headlamp and book and sleeping bag, a smug, cosy pride like the apocalypse could come and go on land and we'd have all we needed to survive. Just don't need a wee in the night. So risk wriggling out of this nest to wobble to the bathroom with its buzzy yellow battery lights, the toy toilet that flushes blue chemicals into a tank we have to empty when we get to whatever marina we'll be ending this journey at. Stay safe in your cocoon. There's a captain's fold-down desk covered in maps, and Dad sits there nights and smokes scraggly roll-ups and plots an 8 days course, or just reads Terry Pratchett and listens to the shipping forecast, fingers drumming thoughtful rhythms on that red tin of McEwen's Scottish ale with a camp cartoon on the label who looks like Captain Hook, which would be fitting or something, but it's only coincidence, because he drinks it on land too, and here he rations them differently than there. And what a say. There were days when the sea was as still as shining glass. A mystic dawn vision of the horizon, like witnessing the edge of the world. But up close, it was always in motion. We were surrounded and we liked it. The vastness of the sky, impossibly distant landmarks coming closer over hours, dark whirlpools, the sudden suck of currents, we felt the secrets that the sea had and had no way to learn them then. The depth gauge gave its reading in a digital code that we couldn't understand. We swam in shark-infested waters, and that's not a metaphor. Diving off the deck into cool bliss and scrambling up the ladder at the back of the boat when Dad clocked the sly flash of fins. The shark's menacing glide, almost as good as the daft joy of dolphins that once stayed with us all day. We were offshore, counting down to a clouded over eclipse. The shore flashed with the reflected lenses of cameras and binoculars, and the world didn't go as dark as I thought. There was only the non-stop drone of the waves, the moon closing in on the sun, and an ominous, murky blue. That was decades ago. Dad's gone, buried in Derbyshire like he made us promise before he died. Mum's becoming creakier in body and in mind, but waves are her tonic too. And she's found this place 2 streets from the beach, a shoreline with a statue of an ogre and a cafe like a retro vision of the future and a coven of cackling wild swimmers who call themselves the crazies. And it's better here than where we were before. But it's gone midnight and I can't sleep. So I'm watching the episode of Most Haunted filmed just down the road. A late night tour of the Pleasure Beach. By day, the roller coasters rattle on their rails, but now they're shuddered into stillness, locked into stasis, mechanical laughter of machines gone quiet. The Blackpool ghost train was the first. All others, legends and copycats and Scooby-Doo hijinks, you can unravel their origins back to here. And every Halloween tease repeats the same rumours about the operator who died, but it didn't stop him hanging out on the ride, and there are other things here too. So they say. Poltergeist kids who move the gift shop souvenirs when no one's looking, corners to make you shiver for no reason, even when it's warm. And watching night vision footage of a camera crew creeping round the ghost train track. I'm half hoping for a revelation, a cobwebbed, mummified corpse in with the other decorations that turns out to be real, or some sort of possession that makes Yvette Fielding spill some fucked up cryptic secrets instead of just getting grumpy like she did when she went ghost hunting with the Happy Mondays. That is real and it's incredible. Top tip from me to you. I want to see fake monsters wrenched from the walls and flung. I want to see some special effects, some bone-chilling spectres of slime oozing from the walls. The Pleasure Beach deserves a vengeful god to rattle the rides down to dust, but instead there's just these jokers stealthing about like they've broken in, eyes glowing night vision green like lemurs in a wildlife documentary. Synthetic fear, like the synthetic euphoria you can get in a packet in the toilet down the club, enough to make your eyes glow. Wildlife feral too, but I've done my time on those dance floors, and although my heart still beats in time with hard bass lines, that's not who I am here. Here, I'm someone who watches Most Haunted at midnight. In the kitchen, in a sock, someone who creeps about like she's in Scooby-Doo so mum and the dog don't wake up. Someone who still remembers the dark wash of waves at night, closer even than 2 streets away. Someone still grieving, but grateful for the cliches like the gaudy gold smash of sunlight on the sea, the cups of tea made during a storm, and not even a drop of spilt milk. No point crying, they say, but I do it all the time. From grief and from joy, and it's midnight in the kitchen and I'm watching Most Haunted and I'm thinking about the ancestral line that weaved its way through centuries and across continents to spit me out now and here. I'm thinking about the traumas and stories encoded in the double helixes of my DNA, what it means to leave and what it means to stay. I'm thinking about how we came here with Grandma and Granddad to see the illuminations, the wave pool at the sandcastle that battered us like shipwrecks, that reckless, glorious near drowning that felt more dangerous than real tidal currents or sharks. I'm remembering the lights and the long car ride home and how my ancestors clawed their way across the globe for me to be in the kitchen, thinking about fake ghosts when I've got enough real ones to keep me company, but it's fine. It's okay. They can stay and watch me dream. Is that always sleep better by the sea?